Hey yo, what's up everyone? Mario here today again. And in today's video, I want to talk with you the three best books that have read the past year in 2024. And I think you should read those books in the next year if you want to start with this habit of reading books. They were the three best books for me. I haven't read that much this past year. I read only something around 14 books, like I finished around 14 books. I read more, but I haven't finished them. But it was something around 14. So, first thing, I recommend for you really start reading because it will help you a lot. It will literally make you smarter. You can learn a lot of things from books. The best investment that you can do is buying books and reading them. So, my advice for you is that. And if you don't like if you're not that good at reading books, you could also like starting to just hear audiobooks. For example, in Audible, you can find a lot of audiobooks. I also hear a lot of them. So try what is the best for you. You can read, you can hear it. Try the thing that you can be more, let's say, that you can do more, that you can make a habit. You can just try it, whatever. So the first one, this was the first book that I read on this past year. It was It's Never Time to Stop from David Goggins. Here it's on Portuguese, but the translation would be It's Never Time to Stop from David Goggins. And it was a really book for like the start of the year because it's David Goggins, he would talk about how to start doing things, making habits. It have a lot of motivation. So reading this book at the beginning of this year was really good because I was really motivated when I started reading it. It was a book that I really liked to read it because it's a really inspiring book. It will make you like it have a good history. I would say because it's his personal history. I really like it. If I remember very well, here he talks more about his super marathons and when he broke the pull-up record. It was a really good book, and I have read his other book, his first book. Personally, the first book was better for me because this other book is more related to marathons, super marathons, and this kind of thing. The first book was more getting fit, getting healthy, and self-improvement. So, but it's also a really good book. A lot of things you can apply it. And our tip that I can give to you is try to make some notes from the books you read. It it's not that you will look those notes. You probably will not ever look those notes again. But the thing is, you're making notes. You will be like reading again, so it's harder for you to forget what you learned if you like take some notes. And if you really want, you will have somewhere to look at your notes. Maybe sometime you really want and you need your notes, but you don't have it. If you have it, it's better. So it's better to have it than not having it. And the second book that I read was a book that took a lot of time from me because it's a really hard read. It has a lot of concepts really hard to understand. I needed to read again and again. And it's not the kind of reading like David Goggins that is a history that you are engaged when you're reading and you want to read more. This this was more like I would get tired when I was reading, so I needed to stop because my brain would literally stop to work. So I needed a time to have a break. But it was one of the best, if not the best book that I read this past year. And just saying here, this list that I'm making is not like from the best one or the worst one to the best one. It's like just the order that I read those. So do just ignore the order of those books. And the book is Letters from a Resilient. It's from Seneca. If you just try to like search it on Google, maybe you will find it. It have a English version, I think, so there's no problem. Just try to search for letters from Seneca, that will find it. This book is just a amount of those letters. I think that exists some things around 200 letters, and no, I think it's around 100 letters in total. Here are around like 20, and it's divided in 3 books. This is the second book. I didn't know about that when I started reading. I just found the title good, and I wanted to read it. I really like about philosophy, so I started reading this. But this book's really good. There's like translation of those books. It separates on each book the topics of those letters. So in this book, we'll have letters that will talk about how to take control of your life and how to get away from distractions. And I really recommend you reading this book. You don't need to start from the first book of those letters because it's literally letters, so there's no order to it. And those books are not even in the right order. They are divided in topics, not on the like the order that they were written. So don't care about the others. Just try to read this one because it will talks about this really important topic, that is how to avoid distractions and take control of your life. And it will give you a lot of tips and other tips that are about having a goal on your life and doing the right thing. It's really good. Seneca is not like only, it was literally the mid part about stoicism, and I forgot the other school, but let's say that there is this one that is only looking for pleasure and things that will happen right now, and we have stoicism that is a cool focusing on future things and suffering, and Seneca is literally on the middle. So you have, when he writes his things, he says that like in this school, like in stoicism, the right thing would be that, and on the other school the right thing will be this other thing. But for myself, I prefer the being on the middle of this way, or I prefer the stoicism version, whatever. Who was more a stoic philosopher, but it's a really good one. I really recommend for you to read it. If I said this wrong about him, I'm sorry. This is the thing that I found about, and the interpretation that I got from myself. So if I got something wrong, I'm sorry. But I really recommend for you to reading. If you like philosophy, it will be a really good for you, a book really good for you to read. So the third one and the final book is a book that I saw someone recommending on Instagram, and I decided to read it. It's when I started, I like was not expecting nothing from it, but it's actually a really good book. I found out that it's not a like recent book. It's been on the like, it has been launched from, has a couple times, so probably you maybe have, maybe you have seen something about this book. That is the one thing. This book is called the one thing. It has a rabbit draw here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's basically about finding purpose on your life, finding the one thing that you can really dedicate your whole life, your whole time to it, and how to connect this one thing that you want to achieve to your daily habits. Because for us to achieve our goals, we need to start doing things right now that will result on that output, our goal. So it just says how to prioritize things, how to manage your day, and how to have your priorities straight. It's a really good book. I really recommend for you to start reading this book, because if you can see it here, I have a lot of notes inside of this book because I really like it. Like I mark things up, I write things down, everything. So I really recommend this book. And the Seneca one, it has some things in similar, but this one, I think if you could read only one of those three books, would be this one. It's really really good. If it's your first time reading, probably this book will be like massive for you. You get tired, bored, but I really recommend it because it have a lot of things that are very very important in life. I made literally a lot of notation here. I literally grabbed a ton of things from this book and put it on my Obsidian so I can have it later. And basically that's it. So if you read any book this past year and want to recommend it for me or to anyone, please comment down below in the comment section. It will help me a lot. I will probably put it into my wish list. So basically that's it. I really hope you enjoy watching this video. I hope that you really read those books and hope to help you in some way. So if you like it, please hit the like button and hit on the subscribe button. It will help me a lot. I'm trying to grow this channel. My objective with this channel is try to help people, give advices from my personal experience and from advices that people give to me. So basically that's it, and I hope to see you on the next video.